If there's one thing I didn't think I would still be going through in my 30s, it's getting stood up.
Yikes.
I done got stood up a billion times in my 20s. Last couple years of my teens, stand-up king. I go places, sit there for an hour. You still coming? No response.
Wow.
I remember this one, Nikki, in college. I drove, in college, North Hollywood to Pasadena is a drive.
Yep.
Because you ain't got no money.
I didn't think you were going to take it there. I was just talking about mileage and traffic and stuff.
It was, though. Like, it was a lot of these things because it was like, all right, I probably had like $100. And
gas prices were high.
That's it. Yeah, when I was in college, we was in a recession.
Obama was president.
A big Obama was president. DACA King. You like Obama, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So, Obama was president. The gas prices in LA was like $5. And so, homegirl texted me. After I texted her, she texted me back. I was like, yo, we still meeting tonight? She's like, yeah, for sure. Come through. And I was going to take her somewhere nice, too. Because that's my thing. I be treating these women too nice.
Wait, what's nice?
I don't know.
The finest McDonald's you could find.
Somewhere that was dine-in. We wasn't going through the drive-thru line.
Nah. I think I was about to go crazy at Olive Garden.
I like Olive Garden.
I'm a big fan of Olive Garden. One of my old teachers actually asked her out on the elevator in front of everybody. And she was like, you can't afford me. I was like, what you mean I can't afford you? She was like, where would you take me? I said it loud and proud. Olive Garden. She was like, I told you can't afford me. Ding, walked off.
Wow.
I was so embarrassed. I was like, my mom takes me there for my birthday.
Hey, them breadsticks are bomb.
They're bomb. I think it's endless too.
Yeah,
it's lit out here. Well, anyways, I texted her. She texted me back. Yep, we're on. Think I was gonna take her to Olive Garden. I put on the freshest shirt. Frank looked at me. He was like, yeah, you look good. Sheldon looked at me. These are all my roommates at the time. Yeah, you look good. I was looking fresh. I think I worked out twice that day.
Got that nice push-up in.
Oh, my gosh. I looked incredible.
You was doing just arms and shoulders.
Man. I even did back, too. I think I might have did some neck exercises.
Okay.
You never know what I was doing. You never know. All right. I got in the car. 2000 Camry. Drove all the way to Pasadena. I think I saw my gas tank go from full to a quarter.
Yikes.
I was like, yo, I mean, this is the baddest chick I knew. Baddest chick. I got there. I sat there. They said, for how many?
You said it confident,
I
too.
was proud to. Dos.
Oh, hit him with the Espanol.
I was like, you know French? And then I sat there. I waited. He was like, you want to order something while she's getting here? I was like, nah, it's not couth. It's not couth.
You using your college prep words?
You know what I mean? I ain't learned another thing in college. I learned Shakespeare. So I said, it's not couth to start, before she arrives. 30 minutes in, I was like, yo, let me just get one thing. Because I'm a little hungry.
How many times you text her at this time?
I texted her about 20 minutes in. I was like, yo, I'm here. Just let me know when you get here.
Response, no
I
response?
said, no response.
Dang.
No response.
Wow.
Then I waited another 20 minutes. I decided to call because at the time, I never thought you weren't coming. I just thought something happened to you. So I called. I was like, yo, you good? Go straight to voicemail. So I was like, damn, she's dead.
Maybe there's an accident on
Maybe there was an accident
that she was in. That's scary. So at this point, you're scared.
I was scared. I was like, damn, not the accident. An hour later, or an hour into this whole night, call it a wrap. I order something real quick. I eat it on the way home.
Ooh.
Just sad. I didn't care how many calories it was in it.
Man, that Alfredo sauce was all on your shirt, huh?
All on the seats. The very next morning, she texted me and said, my bad, I fell asleep.
Oh, and you know that was a lie too.
Oh, big lie. Just a lie. Just the biggest lie of the decade.
And your phone don't go straight to voicemail when you take a nap.
Oh, come on. You turn that thing off so you can get, you know.
Or sent you straight to the
Oh, for sure.
FU button.
And that describes many times I done sat there like a clown. I actually did get accident once, too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what? I actually have an appreciation for the good curve.
What is a good curve?
Let me tell you one.
Okay.
All right, so I was sitting. This was probably in college as well,
Okay.
and we were
You got
sitting,
$100?
I worked. I've been working. I worked all through college, so I always had a little bit of money.
Shoot, I worked too. I was just broke still.
So we were sitting there, and like in my apartment, and like it was me and my boy and two girls or whatnot. And I think we were just doing like either chilling or we were about to go like pre-gaming to go somewhere to some club or whatnot. So anyways, like we talking and like in casual conversations, he's talking to one, I'm talking to one. And we're talking about like dating or whatever, and like, oh, like she asking about like, oh, have you and your boy ever like hooked up with the same girl or something, like that kind of conversation.
You already know what Chanel said, right, Chris?
Like, no. So I was like, so here's the curve. So I'm talking to this girl and I'm feeling, I'm like, okay, like maybe let me plant some seeds so that, she comes back at the night too. And so I'm like, oh, would you ever, date somebody that your friend dated? And she started laughing and she was like, no, I wouldn't. And then she was like, I actually got a friend that I think I'd like to set you up with.
Okay.
And in my head, I'm like, dang. Like, you're like, dang. So, like, she's not into it, right? Mm-hmm. But then I'm also like, that was, like, the nicest way to curve somebody, too. Yeah. Like, I was like, that is some skill.
That's not bad.
That is really good curve. Shout out to Sasha.
But did she have somebody to set you up with?
I mean, I don't remember, but I was just like, it's more about like.
I've been through too many, real. He was like, I don't even remember. That was
but I'm just
30
saying,
and 60.
like,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like, that was admirable. That stood out.
See, knowing me, I would have been like, nah, I want you. And I'm gonna keep trying. Matter of fact, now that you bring her up, I want the both of you.
Yo, but. You ever had a good story like that from a female?
Man, I've been rejected every kind of
yeah, but I mean, like, obviously, if you're a dude, you've been and you play the game, you have been rejected. But
every kind
there's
of way,
different levels of rejection. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, the worst is the stand up, the like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I respect the woman that curves in like a very classy, witty way where they're letting you down, but.
They stroke your ego stuff.
Yeah, not even stroke your ego, but it's just done in a way that's like you gotta respect it.
You know what I actually really like? There's this girl that I like since I met her when I was 18. Low, she's like
bellissimo.
She's like that, like that.
Like you wish you could speak Italian.
Oh my gosh! And every time I tell her, I'm like, Lo, I really like you. And she'll be like, I don't like you at all. She always says it. It doesn't matter. And she's like such a nice girl too. That's the funniest thing to me.
Yo,
she says it in the most ruthless, most
like,
you will not misunderstand this.
I don't want there to be no questions about what signals I'm sending out. There is a 0% chance, Kelby, that you and me will ever be anything. I need you to know.
Yeah. And
your persistence.
I never let my foot off the gas. One time, I was like, Lo, how do I get a date with you? She was like, you legitimately need to have like $5 million.
Wow.
You got to fly me out to Africa. We can have a date there. But if you don't have the tax returns to show that you got $5 million, don't even talk to me.
Wow.
And I would be like, well, damn, I need to start saving. I remember one time I told her, I was like, Lo, how do I get a girl like you, but that's actually you. She was like, sorry, never gonna happen.
Yo, ruthless. But you gotta respect it.
I respect it. I never stopped trying either.
There's no games.
I think I texted her last week.
Yo, that's great.
Yeah. No, I don't mind getting rejected. I just don't like being ignored. And I think
That's the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, and I get it. Like, I think there's probably women that, you know, I think being a woman is probably way different from a guy. They're getting, you know, we're one of probably 100 invitations that they're getting at all time. Like, I always think like a woman's Instagram, a woman's like social media is way different than a dude's social media. Like their DMs, they're probably never go to their social media without like DMs there
flying
like,
all up
just
in there.
like you have guys saying, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're this, or you're that," right?
Yeah.
So,
But every time I ask, they be saying they don't get that.
I mean, they
The
got
lies.
yeah, they got it. They got to keep it humble.
You don't get a bunch of people in your DMs?
I get zero. The only people I get in my DMs are doing like they're like, "Oh, if you send your Cash App to do like."
I am Nigerian prince.
Yeah, like
I am here to help you.
yeah, but I mean, I'm not really that active on like IG. You know, I don't put up most posts, and I'm private, so you know,
Oh,
like
shoot.
people can't see all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so like going back to my point, so like I understand that like women probably it gets frustrating. Like to us, it's the one time we've tried to approach them, but they're probably thinking about 100 other times that they're like that day that a guy tried to, and they probably just weren't interested. You know what I mean? It'd be tough saying no that many times, but it does suck as a guy to be like just ignored or like play games, you know, just like be straight up. Like, and us as men, if a girl straight up and is like, yo, like, I'm not interested, I appreciate it, thank you for the compliment, but you know, I'm like not interested, or I'm seeing somebody, whatever it is, it's on us to respect that.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? This is what I really don't like when you put it on your kids. I talked to a couple girls like, oh, no, I can't make it that day. I'm hanging out with my kids and we got this thing or that. You get on Instagram, they are out in the streets. Painting the town red with their kids. Not with their kids, with their friends. Their kids are at home with baby daddy. Right. I just, like, my main thing I think is just don't ignore me. Just tell me, like, straight up. Right. Like, low, just tell me I hate you.
But here's the thing.
I'll be fine.
But here's the thing. I think a lot of people like options.
Options? Yeah, well, people like attention.
Attention and, you know, just the attention and then, like, you know, they don't want to burn any bridges just in case.
See,
which is weak. I think that's weak, and on both sides. Even when a guy does it, that's weak too. Like it's like stringing somebody along and all that kind of stuff. Like, yo, if you're gonna play around, have a roster, all that kind of stuff, be honest about it. Let everybody know what's going on. Don't let somebody feel they're in something that's deeper than what you're actually putting in. Because at the end of the day, like, you don't want to hurt people. You shouldn't want to hurt people. You should care about, because those are scars that, you know, can hurt people in the long run and all that bumps. Kind of stuff. Say that again?
And bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I think when it comes to rejection, because I have rejected people too. You know,
a lot.
Not a lot.
You are Kelvin Joseph, Mr. 305.
Nah, but well, 954. But I think my favorite thing to do is to ask people's intentions. Right? Like, that's the best way.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yo, play this out for me.
All right, so yesterday, beautiful girl, beautiful. She DM'd me. And actually, it wasn't only yesterday. Like, she's been hopping in my DMs for a good minute.
Okay.
And she's always, like, real subtle with her approach. And then so I posted a meme that pretty much said, like, girls don't shoot their shot, right? Like, they just, like, oh, well, you didn't try, right? Like, you're lost. And so she responded and she was like, bro, I've been trying to holler at you for a long time.
Hey.
But, like, I clearly am not that interested. Like, I'm interested in the fact, like, she's a nice girl and she's pretty and everything, but it's just, like, not my time right now. And
what do you mean? What do you mean not my time?
It's not my time with her.
Like, was it like 2 weeks ago you wanted to get married?
It's just, you know what I mean?
About that transparency thing we were talking about.
You know, that's in business, King. This ain't business.
All right.
That's strictly financial. This ain't tug of war.
All right, so go on. So what'd you say to her?
So I was like, oh, for real?
Yo, everything we are talking we don't want when a girl curve it up.
I was like, you been trying to holler at me? I was like, for real? She was like,
You're nasty. You like the attention.
Listen. I was like, because like I said, all her attempts have been subtle. They've always been like, I don't even know. It's never like, oh, you're cute or anything. It's always just like a funny little thing. So to me, I was like, she could be flirting with me, but she could not because it's all texting.
Okay.
So I wasn't 100% sure. So when she said that to me, I was like, oh, for real? So she was like, yeah, you know, I think you're this, I think you're that, blah, blah. I was like, boy. I was like, I'm a little dense. You got to tell me that you are trying to holler at me when you're trying to holler at me. Because, like, if you try to play the, like, I think your memes are funny, like, that's why I posted it. You know what I mean?
Yo, you remind me, have you seen those like those reels or those TikToks where it's like the guy is like fixing the girl's car or like a plumber and she's like coming on to him like, oh yeah, I know where you could put my pipe. And it's like, oh, you talking about the 3-inch or the 5-inch?
Yes.
Like that's you right now.
Yes. And so she was like, oh, okay. So then we got into like another conversation because I was just like,
oh, you trying to curve.
And then at the end of that conversation, maybe like 10 minutes later, she wrote me back. And sorry, I skipped a part. I said, if a girl is trying to holler at me, you have to write, bruh, I am hollering at you. Right? And then so like 10 minutes later, she wrote me back and was just like, bruh, I am trying to holler at you. So what's up? And I got like a little squeamish. I was like, oh my gosh.
I wasn't expecting this to happen today.
I was like, you're serious? do I go low? And so I said, oh, for real. Okay, I didn't even piece it together like that. So, all right, well, I said, like, what's your intentions with me?
Yo, you sound like the father of a guy that's trying to date your daughter. But this is you.
That's what I told her. I was like, what's your intentions? And she said, I'm looking for something serious. I said, oh, darn.
You so trash, bro.
Either way. She's like, I'm just looking for some fun. Oh, darn. I'm looking for marriage.
Oh, no.
Yo, if it was last year, I was in that mode. But right now, I'm really working. I'm really working with Jesus on changing my life around.
Yeah, that's pretty much what. So she's like, I'm looking for something serious. And mind you, she's a beautiful girl, but just I don't know, just that ain't me. But I was like, this is the wrong timing, bro, because I'm out here having a city boy summer. But
Clearly, she doesn't watch the.
I don't know. Maybe she does because I be promoting it. But yeah. And she was like, well, you seem like a great girl, all this stuff. And I was just like, so we good?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting though. Like, so are you the type of dude? And Chris, you could jump in on this too. That like. Do you like a girl that would come straight out and be like, yo, I'm interested?
Yes.
Or do you like the chase a little bit? You like to...
I don't want to play any more games. If you like me, just tell me. Because I think as a guy, and as a guy who's been rejected as many times as I have and has been stood up that many times, I actually don't know how to read some women now. Like most women. I don't know how to read the situation.
Right.
Because... there are plenty of times where I was like, oh, snap. She said, yes, we're about to go wild, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm stuck in Olive Garden with a rose in my teeth, So now I'm just like.
What? Yo.
That's his move.
Hey, do you remember that part of the story, Chris?
You don't get girls flowers?
On a first date? Oh my God. That you've never even met them.
Well, I knew her.
Yeah, but clearly not enough to where she's standing you up on the first date.
I saw her at school.
Oh my God.
Chris, you never got flowers for a girl?
I have, yes.
Okay, there you go.
I don't on a first date.
Damn, you demon season over here.
Maybe. Hey, but here's my
I'm all about
thing.
good impressions, man. Wear nice shoes and get them flowers.
I see. But so here's my thing.
Oh boy,
I do.
the bare minimum.
No. I'm not talking about that.
In a diaper.
I'm not talking about that. I'll take a shower. Nah, but the problem. So I do respect girls that are upfront and are like, yo, like I'm really feeling you. Like we should, move, whatever. But I do like a little bit of a chase because sometimes it'll just get boring if it comes too easy, or if it came like. If it's just like straight out, I don't know. Like I think it could get boring.
Well, yes. I don't know. I'm a complex human being.
No, you're actually very simple, but you trying to be somebody that you're not right now. The truth is, yeah, I want it to be like, tell me you like me, so I can reject you.
You got it. You got it. The pot's done. No, here's the thing. Here's why this popped into my head. So there was this one girl who was really into me, like more than I was into me.
That's a bad situation.
Yeah, and I didn't really know how to react because she was like, we was at a party one time and she was pretty much trying to rip my clothes off in front of everybody, and I was like, yo, you gotta relax.
You was feeling your body at that point in life, though.
I think so, yeah. I was looking all right. So we went out to the staircase area, and she was like right here, right now. I was like, yo, you have some respect for yourself and for me and for the situation.
Oh my God.
And I felt turned off because I was like, damn, she likes me too much. And my mom was like, that's not good. You need a woman who likes you more than you like her. That was the advice my mother gave me. She was like, because if you like a woman more than she likes you, she has every reason to leave you. But if a woman likes you more than you like her, you're good. You're set.
You have every reason to leave her. Like what?
Well, that puts me in the position of power. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, this is toxic. This is toxic.
I always gotta be up and stuck. You understand? That's what my mother told me. I don't know. You gonna talk trash about my mom?
No, man.
All right, that's what she told me. So I was telling her about this girl. I was like, yo, this girl was just doing the most, and I was instantly turned off. I was like, all I need for you is just tell me. The rest, I got it. Or I'll also be turned off. But just tell me in a polite way, like, hey.
What's a way that they could tell you that they like you without actually having to tell you that they like you?
Man, hold the hand.
So physical touch?
Yeah, that's it. Because I can misinterpret a lot of things. Like, there was somebody who used to get me a lot of gifts. Like, she used to like buy me food and get me like sweaters and stuff like that. And I was like, I think this girl likes me. Because like clearly, like if a girl's making you food, she's staying up late, she's calling you, she's doing this, that. Like obviously this girl likes you. And so, but I was already in my mode of like, I don't know how to read these women. So thanks for the gift. And I'm going to be over here. And she never made a move on me or anything like that. So I asked her one time, I was just like, can I just kind of clear the air here? Because I really am confused about this situation. And she's like, oh, yeah. I was like, do you like me? She was like, no. Wow. I was like, oh. You like buying me things? She was like, I'm just trying to be a good friend. I was like, my men friend don't do this.
My mama don't do this.
My mama don't care if I feast or famine. It don't matter. You know, and she was like, oh, I'm just trying to be a good friend. I was like, but you be calling me, you don't like you shower with the door open. Like what? Like I'm confused. And she was just like, no, it's just friendship. Like, I don't like you in any way whatsoever.
Was she telling the truth?
I think so, because then she started telling me about the guys that she actually liked, which never happened before, which is another thing that threw me off. Because if a woman really is like, I don't like you, they're gonna tell you. Like Lo tells me about every guy that she's
Right.
with, right? I'd be like, Lo,
I think she did like you, but when you asked that question, it turned her off.
stop playing these games with me.
So here's the thing that I like with that, because I don't like girls just like straight out being like, yo, I like you, let's do something. You know what I mean? Like the let's do something can happen, but like one way is be ultra responsive to my messages. So if I'm texting you, text back. If I call you, you know, pick up, like all that kind of stuff. And then after I've been initiating for however long or whatever, you initiate. You call me. You text me 1st. You know, like all that kind of stuff. That tells me, all right, this is something that, you know, is moving. Like this person's interested. She's putting in effort.
Do you
right?
play text games?
Text games?
Yeah, because like, okay, I've done this before where I'm like, I'm always the initiator. And then after that, you just stop just to see what's going to happen.
I don't think I've done that in a long time. I used to. But I'm just
I don't
saying,
like to be annoying. So I'm like, I don't know if I need to be texting you every day or every other day or whatever.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good about like showing interest. Like a girl will know that I'm interested in her because I'll put in the effort, right? But
But you say you got a fatty?
huh?
What?
I got a little boo thing. But I just feel like with like a woman that shows effort back makes it a lot more like is easier to be like, okay. You know, versus the girl that like is trying to like the girl that the ultimate turn off for me is the girl that's like, I have so many options.
Yeah.
That girl is like, like the one that is like, well, I have all these guys in my DMs and I have
What
all
makes
these
you so
options.
special,
You know,
yeah.
like that person is like, all right, that's you're not for me. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you the situation. So I was talking to this one girl who was very confident, and I'm a person that really admires a confident woman, but she's kind of like more on the cocky side, you know, because she's beautiful. She's been told she's beautiful her whole life,
Right.
So it's just like, I'm perfect, you know. And I was like, it's appealing in a certain sense, but like, relax,
Right.
because I'm perfect.
My mama told me that you gotta like me more.
That's
than
a fact,
I
right?
like you.
And like in certain senses, like let me not say that. So, anyways, she started like falling off. Before it was the hey you with the heart emojis and all this stuff, and then one day she went like a week. Then the next time it was like another week. Even if I wrote her, she just Then one time I was like, yo, I'm gonna give you to the end of the day. I didn't tell her that. I told myself that. I was like, you get to the end of today. If you don't write me back from Tuesday of last week, I'm done. And then at like 11:50, she wrote me. And I was like, oh, damn.
She hit before the clock.
She did, but I even brought it up. I was like, because now if something bothers me, I'm just saying it. So I was like, yo, what's up with this? I don't care if you're busy. I'm more busy than you. I'm me. I don't play these. I don't play this. This is not the game that I play. And it turned me off so much because it was, oh, I'm busy and I don't care. How about that? I don't care.
Cash me outside.
No, I'm not gonna beat a girl. But it turned me off so much that at that time I went from like pretty much going from 100% like I'm really into this chick, actually 80% because she was just like cocky,
Right.
to a 50%, and then over time it just pulled me all the way down to a 1, and she started trying again. But like nothing worked. It was just like, I see that she's trying, but I would just leave her on red and just not respond. I'd leave her on red for like 2 days.
The shine came off.
Yeah. It just feels like you just like, I'm so fine, I could do this.
I think it's like
It's corny.
It's imperative for guys to be able to understand what type of woman you're talking to, and then be able to understand, like, plan accordingly. And unfortunately for a man, it's gonna take you making ultra mistakes and realizing, because there's gonna be that you got to find a woman to the level of like, because if you based off of your confidence level, there's a certain type of level of woman that you should be dealing with, right? Like if you are not very confident, dealing with a very confident woman is going to be an issue for you. Because you're going to be very insecure. Confident women know their worth, they know their value, they usually have a lot of male friends, they're usually getting a lot of interest and all that kind of stuff.
Money.
They enjoy attention, all that kind of stuff. So you have to be you have to be even more confident to keep a girl like that interested in you.
Yeah.
So unless you're an ultra confident person, you know, you shouldn't be going after ultra confident women, because you will get hurt. Like plain and simple.
Yeah, they'll
get bored of you, and they'll just they'll just move on, right? And they will get over you quicker than you will get over them,
because you're annoying to them.
Yeah, and then they'll
you're
just
annoying.
at the end of the day, they know they could get somebody else.
Yeah.
So you have to know like your confidence level. But if you are dealing with like a confident woman and all this kind of stuff, like you got to also understand like the games they play. Like they're not always gonna tell you straight up. Like they're the ones that'll ignore you a lot. They're the ones that if they're not interested, they'll just ignore. And what I mean by that is like you can't be needy with them. Like they want to see, like if they ignore and you ignore, they'll come back. But if you ignore and you're like needy, like all that kind of stuff, like that's gonna push them away.
Well, you ain't even that fine.
That's the confidence level that you got to be like, look, if you don't value me, then bye.
Because here's the thing, I'm amazing.
Yes, you are.
What are you doing? I really need to fix your haircut. I really gotta fix that thing.
Hey.
It ain't a flaw. It ain't a flaw. It's a misstep. I just gotta hit you with a nice little taper fade. I mean, get you looking right. But anyway, I already know. Like I don't say this. I don't say this to them, but I typically know in this relationship and in my relationship with most people, I would say they probably need me more than I need them. Not on the like business side or anything. I'm just talking about like, I often feel like people befriend me because they're like, oh, I'm gonna get something out of this guy. Maybe he could do this for me. Maybe he could do that, right? So like a lot of my like non-core relationships, non-business relationships, it often feels like people are just like, can't wait to get something out of them. Right? So I started getting this feeling of like, y'all need me more than I need you. So I could sometimes carry that into talking to a girl, because like I don't necessarily need to talk to a girl every day, and I don't need to talk to them every other day or every 3 days. However, I don't like being ignored. So if I give you like a 24-hour time span, like if I text you, you got till tomorrow to respond. Then after that, you're not busier than me.
I'm taking the effort out.
Yeah,
text you.
I took a second out of my day while I was driving to text you.
Yeah.
So it's like, I already know I'm up here, and you're like,
Hey, you know what's super trash though is dating a really insecure girl.
oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, that's
I've done
bad
that too many times, and I always feel like I am who I attract. So I'm like, damn, am I insensitive or like not insensitive? Am I really insecure? But then I just realized like, no, I was just getting low hanging fruit.
Yep.
Not to call them that, not to call the person that, but it was just like, oh, they like me, I like them, they're kind of cute.
But you could like low hanging fruit doesn't necessarily mean that's who you are as a person. That means that's who you were in the moment. Because I think in whatever emotional state you're in, you could always change that. It just comes with like time, energy, focusing on the right things, putting things in the right perspective, and so on and so forth. I've been trash. I've been high quality. I've been on that spectrum of things. I've been the insecure dude. I've been the arrogant, cocky dude.
guy.
I've been all of those people. So it's really just about like learning and self-evaluation and putting things in perspective, being humbled by life, and then also learning and like valuing yourself and so on and so forth till you get to a certain level where you could like be in a healthy relationship. You know what I mean? So like when you say low-hanging fruit, that doesn't mean that that person is always going to be low-hanging fruit. You just caught them in a moment where they're super insecure, and hopefully they get the help that they need.
Yeah.
But you're not going to find the help through a relationship. That's the problem.
And I thought I could fix people too.
Yeah.
And like, because I'm me and I feel like I got a cape on, and you can't. Like, A, I can't make you happy. B, I can't help you feeling a certain kind of way because I'm me.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I've been in a conversation with people saying like, they'll ask me what I'm doing and I'll say working, and they'll be like, I feel like you flex on me. And it's like,
You would ask me that question right now. Sorry for
it's
answering.
You know what I mean? Because it's always like, he's always working. But girl, this is what I've been trying to do my whole life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I created this.
Sure.
You right? So I'm excited about it. But I've gotten that quite a few times. It's like, yo, why you always flexing? Like, and it's like, I ain't even flexing. I didn't even pay for this Kangana shirt. Oh, plug it in. Either way. See, that's why we should use Black Magic.
Black Soul is better is what you trying to say?
That's what I've been trying to tell him. You see all this conjunction? All right. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So like that mentality, like I cannot date somebody who doesn't like themselves. And you don't gotta like everything about yourself, because I already know I don't like everything about me.
Right.
But that's just a process. For the most part, 60+%, 80%, cool. Could I have more money? Yes. Could I have a better looking stomach? Yes. Can't get a better haircut. But
And it's not always like, you don't always have to like, but you could accept, like you could accept who you are, be confident in who you are, know your value. Like, I think that's
working
super
on
important.
yourself.
Yeah.
Working on yourself is important. But like, if you don't like
Having patience with yourself.
I can't fix that.
True. Yeah, like there's a lot of broken people, and that's one thing when I came out of this this relationship that I was really invested in, and I was really torn up about it, and then I got on like Tinder and all these like social media websites.
Tinder
like,
is the worst.
But what I realized is like when I was like broken, the way I looked at everybody that I was like, dang, there's a lot of broken people that are dating right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was just the lenses that I was looking at, or I was able to recognize it because I was broken and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm not at that point anymore, it's like I'm not even on those sites or whatever. Like I'm not even like, I don't even try. You know what I mean? Like it just is like, it's just gonna happen or it's not gonna happen at this point. But also it's like I don't see as many broken people anymore. Or maybe it's just because I'm not looking anymore. But I think that the problem is a lot of people try to use companionship to feel something versus realizing, you just got to have a process of self-growth, self-evaluation. Like you got to find value in yourself, worth in yourself before you find anything that's going to make you happy.
That's facts.
No external factor is going to add to your happy. You're already going to be happy, and then the external factors are going to enhance that happiness.
Yep.
But they're not going to get you to happy. You have to get to happy on your own.
100%. Yeah, that's a life lesson you got to learn. I had to learn that I'm not Superman. Because I thought I could do everything. And life had a beautiful way of showing me that the moment I started relinquishing some of the superpowers I thought I had to somebody else who that was their superpower, just to find out that thing that I thought that was my power is actually my weakness. Then all of a sudden life got a lot better.
Wow.
Figuring out the things I suck at made me greater.
especially when you could come to terms with it, accept it, and have patience with yourself.
Oh man, because then I'll be free and happy to say, man, I can't even do that, but you can. And then I start bigging them up. Yes, like you have a different way of looking at things.
Perspective.
Yeah. It's amazing. And so for me, thinking that I can fix people, I can alter their life, because yes, I have offered people advice that has changed their lives for the better, but there's plenty of people who don't listen, and it used to give me a certain sense of aggravation, because I'm like, I'm an outside entity looking at all your problems, and I can see how to solve them.
Right.
But because you're not listening to me, or you're listening, but you're not putting into implementation what I'm saying, you cannot get fixed. But then it's come to realize they're not getting fixed because they don't want to get fixed.
You can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped.
That's it. So my whole thing, it changed my vision of things to now I'm just like, you have to be a confident person.
Right.
You have to know what you want. You have to be working towards something. Even if you've accomplished more than me, you have to be working towards something.
Have a purpose.
Because there's a girl that I talked to who was perfect in every sense of the word. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's rich, everything. But she did nothing during her days. Nothing. She woke up when she woke up. She laid by the pool and did nothing. And I found that to be the biggest turnoff, because I said, every question I asked was, well, what are you working towards? What are you interested in? What do you want to do? You have an abundance of money. What do you want to do with it? I don't know. Maybe travel. Well, you've been all over the world already. What else? What else is going to inspire you? I don't know. I don't think about it. I'm not interested. I don't know. I don't have any plans. I don't have any goals. I don't have anything I want to reach. And I just sat there like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, I mean, and what you're interested in, you shouldn't have to feel bad about it. You know what I mean? Like I follow this IG like.
Oh, a foot page?
Huh?
A foot page?
What's that mean?
Like feet?
No. But she's like this twerker. All right.
Well,
so,
I might follow her too.
Hey, so she she puts up stuff on her stories or whatever, and she's like she puts up like ask me, when they say like ask me any question.
Oh, okay, AMAs.
Yeah, and then like she put out that like she won't date anybody that's penis size isn't under 8 inches, isn't over 8 inches, I should say.
Oh, so she can't take it like too big.
No. She's saying anybody under 8. So you have to be 8 or bigger for her to date her.
Man, I unfollowed her just now.
And she said that the reason is because the type of sex she likes to have, she can't do everything she wants to do with people that are under 8 inches. So that's what she says. So
all right, then twerker.
So then a bunch of dudes went at her is like, oh, how can you like, how are you gonna judge somebody based off of something that's not in there? Like all of these like people that have penis sizes less than 8 inches.
Yeah, the 7.5 guys is not having it.
So anyways, like, and she's trying to defend herself and all this kind of stuff. And in my mind, I'm just like, yo, how, like, you shouldn't feel bad about what you like or what you dislike. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like there's a bunch of dudes that are out here that won't date a girl unless they have a fat ass, or won't date a girl unless they have a certain cup size as far as their breasts, or won't date a girl that's over this weight or under this weight. You know what I mean? Like, or is this high? Like, everybody has their preferences. So, like, don't feel bad about whatever your preferences are, but, like, just don't be an evil person, you know what I mean? Like, be upfront. Like, hey, this is, like, you're a cool person. I'm just not interested, or whatever it is. And if it's superficial reason, then, okay, superficial reason. And us as individuals, if we're on the other side of that, like, be okay with that, because at the end of the day, you want something that's going to work. Don't try to force a square peg into a round hole. And be okay with, like, yo, there's a reason why, if you believe in God or whatever, if the universe is giving me this sign to get out of this situation before I get, like, just stop. We should, as people, stop forcing things. You know what I mean? Because I think that's where people get hurt, is when they try to force stuff versus just like, yo, Like, it's cool. If you don't like me because I'm bald, or you don't like me because I'm a certain age, or you don't like me because of my penis size, whatever that is, that's
Alright.
cool. That's it. That's it. Like,
let me ask you this, because like one thing I've always been okay with, even though like it kind of sucks to hear, but it's just like, oh well, it is. I've heard plenty of women tell me like, oh, I don't date black guys, right? And I've always just been like, nah, okay, right. In the last few years, I've noticed that that's something you can't say outside of a white person saying that about a black person. And here's the example. One time I went to West Hollywood with one of my friends, and I believe I heard somebody say, I don't date Indian guys.
interesting.
And
what was their ethnicity?
I think they were white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And there was like a kerfuffle about it. People were like, you can't say that. You don't even know him and all this stuff. And he was just like, I'm just not attracted. And they were trying to tell him like, you have to be attracted to the person's heart and their mind and this and that.
I think that's a West Coast thing, man.
You think so?
Yeah, because I know a ton of, like, if you talk to like I know black women that are like, I'll never date a black dude. I know black women that'll be like, I'll never date a white dude. Like,
You could say the white part. Like everybody in this country can say, I hate white people, and they'll be like, oh, okay.
but I know there's a lot of women that are like, I won't date a black person, or I won't date this, and that's fine. Like,
I don't have a problem with it.
yeah, I'm like, at the end of the day, you're interested in whatever you're interested in. Whatever if you're offended by that, there's something that you're interested in that will automatically eliminate somebody. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly that. And does that make that something bad? No, like, we all have our things, and there's how many billion people on the planet? 7 billion people on the planet, or whatever. There's enough people for you to like whatever you like and find multiple options of that person. If you're there. But what we have to do is get to a place where you're in a healthy spot where you could take advantage of it. Because at the end of the day, if you're broken, if you're not understanding of yourself, you don't know your value, you're not confident, you're looking for external something to give you value or make you happy or whatever it is, it doesn't matter if the perfect person is right in front of your face on one knee with flowers in front of you.
I thought you hated flowers.
I'm saying like, if for people like you that like it,
I don't do the flowers anymore.
it won't work.
Thug.
You know what I mean? And so, like, I think that's the big thing. Like, I think people need to understand that dating starts with you first. You got to be good with you, and then, you can have fun. Then you could find, you could have something that's actually valuable with someone else.
Blessing us.
Every now and then I get on one.
Blessing us. You trying to get married?
Yeah, sure.
All right. No, okay, cool. I think I changed my mind on that.
Oh.
I look like trash.
Oh my God.
Men on the Internet podcast. Find us on every podcasting app every Tuesday. Full episodes on YouTube every Thursday, and clips on YouTube throughout the week.